Hello, beautiful yogis. My name is Olga. Welcome to Yoga Lab. In today's lab, we're going to dive into the lunge poses. They are abundant in any yoga class, starting from yin, ending with very powerful, vigorous vinyasa flow. So let's get into it. To find a beneficial, successful, safe lunge pose, start with your foundation. The feet need to be active, both of them. Very commonly, we allow the heel to drop back. Please stack your back heel right above the toes. This will engage the sole of the back foot, keeping the lower leg muscles in integrity. Muscles around the ankle, in the calf, and around the knee, which is also very important. Now, looking at the front foot, spread the toes wide and stack the front heel right beneath the knee so the lower leg bones in the front leg really support you in this position so you don't exert too much of extra muscular strength or compromise your knee in this pose. Now, we love to come as fast as we can, right? Please don't rush, especially in the very first one. Keep your hands on the ground to really feel the integrity in the pelvis, around the lower back, and in the abdomen. So in here, I'm keeping my hands on the ground and really pushing the back thigh forward and the inner thigh up as I'm pressing the left front hip backwards, even though my left front knee is going forward. Now from here, take the back knee to the ground. There are two different versions we like doing in this pose. When we lift the arms up, we either like to stay like this low, or we shoot all the way up with the hips. I highly recommend finding the balance between those two. So in here, when your knee is on the ground, take your hands onto the front thigh and lift the hips just a little bit so you find this nice engagement in the lower belly and in the pelvic floor muscles, keeping your mula bandha really lifted up. Feel the activity of the inner thighs that are squeezing the legs together, really rotating your pelvis and allowing it to position itself like a vase straight up the way it anatomically should be. This will allow your lower back to thrive while you're really opening up through your iliopsoas in the back leg and strengthening, integrating your. So from here, we can lift the arms up, shoot the front hip back, press the back hip forward, tuck the back toes under if they're not there already, and with that integrity, with that strength and power from the pelvic floor, just lift an inch off the ground that back knee. Bounce a few times if you have the power and the time, and then really feel the nice integration through the whole center of your body, shooting the energy from the pelvic floor all the way through the crown of the head. In here, the back knee may never come to a complete straightness, but really keeping this integrity in the pelvis, you will be able to accomplish the pose. Happy practice. Now, yogis, that we've done crescent lunge or a lunge with the back heel up, let's attempt warrior one. So, once again, let's start the pose with the hands on the ground. Root down through your front foot, stack the knee over the ankle, look at your back leg, and really melt the outer edge of the back foot to the ground, feeling the nice inner calf and inner thigh engagement. See if you can lift the right toes and the right instep of the foot up. You probably will not succeed too much, but you will feel a really nice engagement through the inner calf and inner ankle. Keep that engagement as you ground all 5 toes in the back foot back down. So widen your stance in this pose. Step your front foot a little more to the side so you really feel wide and expansive in this pose. In here, while your hands are on the ground, You can really push the front hip back and press the head of the back femur all the way towards the front of the mat. Notice how your lower back elongates in this position and how your pelvis becomes really wide and expansive, so you can feel the engagement of the mula bandha, the pelvic floor. In here, let's reach our arms all the way towards the front, resting almost your belly on your thigh. Breathe into it and keep shooting that front hip back and the back hip forward. And then maybe in here, you can lift the shoulders up. And the pose is not even going to become more intense because you've got your foundation really settled and grounded and strong. Do you enjoy the pose, either Warrior One or Crescent? Think about the areas that come above the pelvis. From the navel and up, think about hugging the lower ribs in so you can really feel taller through the mid-thoracic and thoracic spine. And then as you reach your arms up, relax the shoulders down away from the ears. These poses are quite intense already. Through your shoulders, through your face, the more accessible and enjoyable these lunges will become. That's it, yogis, for front-facing forward lunges. I hope it was helpful. Please let me know if there are any questions that I can answer. In the next lab, I'm thinking we're going to dive deep into the lunge poses that face sideways. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.